Wow. So, lots changed. A lot hasn't, and a lot hasn't changed the last couple hours. Last couple days. Last couple hours. Um, Sold my house, obviously. Not doing much. Just trying not to go broke. Trying not to spend money other than groceries. And watching way too much news. I'm kind of a little conflicted about that. On one hand, it's depressing as all hell, and it seems like every report is worse than the last report. Everything that's coming out is just freaking everybody else out. But I kind of feel like you have to know what's going on, and I don't want to. I don't have like wrong information. I don't want to be like getting my news from fucking Facebook. Um, I've actually been watching like the presidential addresses and watching the White House addresses, and that for me is quite painful. Uh, I have turned Trump off. I just can't. I can't listen to the guy talk, pat himself on the back so much. It's just like it's horrible. Pence, when he stops like patting Trump on the back, I can at least listen to what he's talking about. But everybody else, I can at least I want to know what the hell's going on. And what's going on is the world's going to hell in a handbasket. Yay! I think the last like 2 days, a bunch more states. We national emergency here in the states, obviously nationwide. More states have declared national or statewide emergencies. More states are closing things down. I think California just announced today that they're closing bars. Washington State hasn't yet, although my friends who work there think it's probably happen pretty soon. I wouldn't doubt the Oregon to be that way. New York, I think, is doing that as well. I mean, a lot of places it's really hitting hard, and we're basically following Italy here. Like that's the whole thing. It's like the U.S. is following the same thing that Italy was doing a couple weeks ago. So, yeah, everything's up in the air. Try not to go doomsday prepper too much. Although I did hit the grocery store twice the last couple days. I don't think I've ever been that afraid to sneeze or cough in public as I was at Safeway today. The entire time I walk around the store, I'm thinking to myself, don't sneeze, don't cough. And I heard one person cough at the back of the store, and you can see everybody in the store instantly tense up. I also completely out of toilet paper. I mean, nothing, not like one roll left. I got like one of the last little packs of paper towels. I have toilet paper, so don't worry about that. But I got some paper towels, so I need some, and like that was almost gone. It's crazy. A lot of the produce is gone. All the frozen produce is gone. I've got a pretty good stock for at this point for like frozen foods and stuff, mainly like frozen veggies and stuff. I bought some extra pasta. I'm not anticipating going through all this stuff right now, but I bought stuff that I think will hold for a long time. And I'm just the idea of like just in case, because one of the things that's going on, if you watch the press conferences, is I can't remember the guy's name. I showed my laptop out, but the kind of the main doctor spokesperson they have, who's been all the press or the rounds of press in the morning, is also on the White House response team, has been saying that we probably should look at some point doing a national lockdown. Just looking at it, and I think they're kind of getting us ready for that. I mean, not to go all conspiracy theory freak out, but I have a feeling that's kind of like what's coming. I don't see any other way around it. I could be wrong. Probably wrong. Well, here's the thing. Everything I've been saying has happened so far, so I'm probably not wrong. But I don't want to be right. I really, really don't want to be right in this stuff. I want to be proved 100% wrong. But I have a feeling that there's going to be some sort of extra thing on, whether it's, hey, all restaurants, bars, sorry, we're closing stuff down for X amount of time. I mean, in a lot of Europe, like you basically can go to the grocery store or a pharmacy, and that's it. And I kind of think that's gonna hit us over here sooner than later. So, CDC recommended having a 2 week supply of food, and I got a 2 week supply of food, and probably more than that. I got a lot of dry goods. I went crazy last fall and bought like a bunch of like beans and lentils and quinoa and all that stuff. So I'm stocked. Any of my friends in Portland, if you guys run into problems, give me a shout. I got some dry goods here, and totally willing to help out. Speaking of helping out, I'm noticing a lot of people doing this online. I think it's a good thing, or at least post about this online. If you have neighbors or friends in the neighborhood you're at who are old or immunocompromised, check in on them. If you're worried about transmitting something, don't go in their houses, but at least knock on, give them a call, see if they need some groceries. I got a buddy of mine across town who's in his 60s and got some health issues, and I was first day this morning. I woke up and said, "Hey, if you need any groceries," and he's got a lot of neighbors. He's in an apartment building, but I said, like, let me know. I'm feeling fine. No problem. Go, at the store, just give me a list. I'll pick stuff up, bring it over, drop it off for you. A lot of people are, at least according to the CDC, a lot of people shouldn't be out if you're in that position. So a lot of people are stuck in their houses, and if you have the opportunity, the means, or whatever to help them out, do so. It's gonna drop that person's stress down a little bit, and that's the big thing at this point. Is just if we can all just take things back on a stress level, just a hair, it's gonna help. It's kind of thing with all the stuff going through on the federal level with money right now. A lot of that is just about taking the stress off. I'm having a hard time following all the details, partly because the press conferences are so jumbled up, and really, if you listen to President talk, it's just in one ear out the other. I mean, I can't follow anything he's saying. I just can't follow it. Like, his sentence structure makes no sense to me. But it seems like there is going to be some sort of relief for small businesses, going to provide some unemployment or something. I don't know, like what's going on for all of us, the rest of us who aren't working for small businesses, or or don't have a business to take care of. But at the very least, they're going to get testing if you're feeling sick will be covered at some point when there's actually testing in your neighborhoods. And I'm hoping that extends more. One of the conversations I had with a good friend of mine today is she's a bartender up in Seattle, and one of my oldest friends. I mean, we've been friends since high school. Before I moved to California, we would go out at least once a week, and we're talking for 15 years. So like, this is one of my oldest good friends, and she works as a bartender now. She's running a bar, and she's on salary. She's one of the and she works for management, so she's basically like taking all the shifts because they're trying to keep less people around. And she's worried about having her hours cut, or worried about having the restaurant shut down. She's sitting at the bar, like, she says, what do we do with stock? Do we order stuff? Do we not order stuff? Because nobody knows. Because right now we're not really getting any good information. Even today at the press conference, one of the reporters was pressing one of the. I really should look up his name before I started this thing. He's the doctor everybody knows who's doing all the rounds. And the reporter asked him, like about the whole shutdown thing, like the countrywide lockdown, what's going on. And he basically said, like, I don't want to get ahead of myself. And I understand that nobody wants to go, hey, get panic going before there's a plan in place to deal with stuff. But with a lot of this stuff, like, we're all on edge here. My friend said she chipped a tooth this morning. She's like, do I go to the dentist? Can I afford to go to the dentist? I don't know if I should just wait. And we're all in that kind of boat. For small businesses like bars and restaurants, do you order stock? Do you not order stock? Because stuff can go bad. And the comment I came back to with this is so much people in this country are only, a paycheck to paycheck, or a couple paychecks out. Maybe we've got 6 weeks or 8 weeks of bills paid in our savings account. What's going to happen to all of us when that's all gone? Now, I think that, a lot of us will be back to work by that point, and things will be better. I'm really hoping. I'm knock on wood. But what happens to everybody when summer hits and we're all back to work and we're going on, but nobody has any savings left? That's a huge one. Talk about like a good way to get the haves and have-nots separated even more. Where you have everybody who's middle class or lower class and literally has no money set aside because we have been working for weeks and stores are shut down and nobody can go out, and small businesses can't be supported because nobody can go out to them, because theaters are closed and bars are closed and restaurants are closed and everything's closed. It's a scary time, and I wish that somebody would give some answers. I really wish that there would be a I know that they can't. Partly because, mainly because they don't have the answers. Nobody knows what's going to happen. They know what they think is happening, but they don't really know what's going to happen. But it really sucks. As just a citizen in this country, where you're stuck going, what do I do? Do you put gas in the car this week? Do you not put gas in the car this week? You know, do you buy a movie online or do you not buy a movie online? Is it it's like those little small things are going to add up. Do you pay the minimum of all your credit cards right now? Your bills. I mean, do you do like the bare minimum, or do you go? Do you make try to pay stuff off? What do you do? And no one's given us any information as far as how to deal with this. It's kind of scaring the piss out of everybody, including me. I went and read through all the comments you guys have left the last couple of days and a few messages I've gotten on Instagram, and it's really funny that what I'm finding over, and this includes all my friends on Facebook and stuff, is like that people who are even a couple days ago who are either saying this was, it's a media hoax or it's overblown. It's kind of like they've kind of turned around a circle really, really fast, and now everybody's going like, okay, we're in this together. What the fuck's going on? It's an interesting, really, really rapid change. With a lot of the questions and comments, also a lot of things are completely invalid a day later, and that's the other thing. If I was thinking like, what do I answer here? I'm like, well, that's invalid. That's already invalid. That's been changed. Like things are going so quickly. I did get one question. Somebody asked about the leopard show in Mexico in May. I think it's May 1st. Our show. I think is what it is. I don't know. I know that Mexico, there's still shows going on there. I think Guns N' Roses did a show yesterday. So Mexico's probably one of the few places in the world they're doing concerts right now. Like, I don't think those shows are promoted by Live Nation, because Live Nation is pretty much set. Live Nation AEG basically just cut off everything right now. So I don't know. I know I'm heading in to do prep in a couple weeks, and I know I'm gonna go get stuff ready for the summer. But I just you guys know what I know. Like, or maybe an hour after I know, there'll be some sort of announcement if something happens. I hope it happens. I want to go back to work. I don't want to sit in my house for weeks on end. I've done it all winter long, and I need to get out of the house. But yeah. So I'm running rambling on. I guess I'm gonna go back to searching Netflix and find something to watch, because I feel like I've hit the end of that too. If anyone has any recommendations for any movies, put them down below, because I feel like I've watched everything I can see what I want to watch, and I'm looking through Netflix, Hulu, and Amazon, and I can't find shit that's interesting. I turn off my Disney Plus because there's really only the Marvel movies and there's nothing else new. I'm like, I don't even bother with that one. Contemplate maybe getting HBO again, but it'd basically be just to watch Westworld, and I'm like, I don't know if I necessarily pay $15 a month to watch Westworld. If I wait 2 months, I can watch the whole thing at once. So, yeah. But I need some recommendations, because I'm gonna go fucking stir crazy. Yeah. Okay. And with that, stay safe. Take care of yourselves. Keep those bathrooms and kitchens stocked with everything you need. And look out for your neighbors, please. All right. Catch you guys tomorrow or the day after. See ya.